My name is Beth Hiley here for Board Game Geek TV at Gen Con 2014. I'm sitting down with Cassie and Chris from Calliope Games, which all together forms this most fantastic alliteration, I gotta say.
Calliope, Chris, Cassidy.
Games, yeah.
I was saying that on Sunday after all sleep deprived.
Okay, fair enough. Actually, I was having fun. We're giving away a little promo here at our booth. We're giving away mints in a little dice thing, and so I've been having a fabulous time saying they're cinnamon mini mints.
Cinnamon mini mints.
No, but they should be. All right, so you guys have come over to show us that you actually have, I would love for you to just talk a little bit before we started rolling about some of the things that are coming out in honor of Tsuro's 10-year anniversary. And then you also have this new Tsuro app to show us.
Yes.
So. You wouldn't mind just actually saying that, all the stuff you just said, please say again.
You want to tell them about the board while I get my phone to work again?
You know all the official terms. I'll give the background and then you can talk about the fanciness of it.
Sounds great.
So Tsuro's been around for 10 years and we've gotten such a positive response to it. People love it. They've used their boards to death to the point where the art is worn off from use. So the 10th anniversary, it takes everything that you love about Tsuro and it makes it into like the centerpiece of your collection type beauty. So the specifics of what that thing is, Cassidy can elaborate upon.
We're looking at a board covered in raw silk. We're looking at little dragon miniatures. I used to say real dragon miniatures, but apparently that's incorrect. A cheap box, which would suffer from the real dragon miniatures. And then we found this great synthetic stone. Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Is she muted?
Am I muted?
Yes, there we go.
Oh,
Muted?
Yes.
I was muted.
Nice job, Beth.
No problem. Anytime.
All right, so
I'd love to make your job harder.
So raw silk covered board, dragon miniatures, teak box, and then a synthetic stone that has a nice texture and weight to it without being as heavy as real stone, so you can do things like pick up the box.
Yeah.
That would be pretty nice.
Important things.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game of life that kills you as you're trying to pick it up.
Be more realistic maybe. But
Yeah.
So we're looking at a Gen Con 2015 release for that.
Excellent.
And then we also have a Tsuro app,
Tsuro
if my
app.
phone would wake up again. So we're working with Thunderbox Entertainment on this. They're a relatively new company. They're focusing on bringing quality tabletop games from the table to the tablet without sacrificing the soul of the game, which is why we chose them over all of the other people that approached us about doing a Tsuro app. Chris, you want to play the game?
Sure.
So this is the alpha work in progress. The beta is open right now at thunderboxentertainment.com. You'll be able to play with 8 players with the pass and play mode or online. You can challenge 3 distinct AI personalities by yourself. And then later, after the first round of beta testing, we'll be announcing even more features, which are really cool, and I wish I could tell you about, but I can't.
Is there an idea for like asynchronous play at all, or?
Not at this time. Not at this time.
Yeah, right now you can play. You can do pass and play, which is nice around the table. And then you can play against the AI.
Which I'm saying is going through all the AI
Which is
turns
exactly,
right now.
the AI is taking their turns, and they'll say things like, is contemplating your demise and things like that. So
Thinking about kittens.
yeah, thinking about kittens.
In the times where I've taught this game, I always tell people that we're really just dragons loaded up with nitroglycerin, and if we bang into each other, and,
You'll explode.
we both exploded.
That would also make for a great app, right?
I know, yeah, wouldn't it?
And Cassidy will tell you that her absolute favorite thing about this is that you have the wonderful glowing path in your color.
I like that.
I like it so
so
much.
you can literally see the path of your dragon's life and journey.
I wanted sparkles all over it, but they said something about frame rate.
We just tuned out at that point.
One of the things that we really liked about Thunderbox, and you may have mentioned this, was a lot of apps it's about just pushing buttons, and the game kind of gets distilled into, you're just pushing buttons. They really wanted to capture the feel of pieces on a board and flipping tiles and doing things like that, and give you that tabletop experience in an app. So it was a meeting of the minds where we both were in the same place. We're like, we've never done this before, and we wanted it to feel like you were playing the game.
Yeah, it's an interesting angle for a digital version that you actually can see the table that it is imaginarily on. Is that a word?
It is now.
It is now, yeah.
Awesome.
I say, and it might, our microphones are probably not close enough, but there's a pleasant, dreamy soundtrack going on in the background
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I would go to sleep with if I could. Their newest sound effect that they were really proud of is a Tibetan singing bowl.
Oh.
Sound effects, and I love it so much.
It just keeps that Zen theme permeating. It feels like you're playing on like one of those Zen gardens. It should have a little, brush that you can brush the sand.
Until our night
the rake.
Grisser and Phil dragons crash into each other and explode.
Yes.
So the other thing we have to talk about.
Pause for a moment.
Mayfair says, come and play. Join us
you
tonight
go?
and play Mammoth Games, Giant Game Prototypes, and many other Mayfair and Lookout titles. Play, lunch, have fun. Join John Angus.
Do you hate that guy?
No, because the one at Eston is way worse. Although at the end of the day, she's pretty hilarious because she's like, thank you and good night, which really sounds like, thank you and get out.
Really, that means the same thing.
Thank you.
Okay, continue.
Okay, awesome.
This has been a Gen Con break.
Good job.
Yes.
So the other thing we're super excited to announce, we announced it last night at the Very Important Gamer Mix and Mingle, is the Titan Series Kickstarter. So we're taking 12 big name designers who normally do really in-depth Euro-style games and taking their talents and directing them towards family-style gateway games, which is kind of the Calliope brand. So the full list of designers, if you would like them, Rob Davio, Michael Elliott, James Ernest, Seth Johnson, Matt Forbeck, Richard Garfield, Eric Lang, Mike Mulvihill, Paul Peterson, Mike Selinker, Jordan Wiseman, and Zach Wiseman.
Well done, and that is an impressive list.
I'm really excited. A lot of them apparently have been wanting to do family-style games for a long time and have some in their back pocket. And we're really excited to do it.
Got a game right here.
They're just right here, which is what you would expect from them.
I think it's important. So a lot of times you look at our hobby, you look at all the people who are in it, it's like we got a lot of people, but it's shrinking. We got to bring new people into the fold, and these guys have lots of fans, lots of people who play their games and say, these are great games. I wish that I could get my family to play these games. Well, we've invited them to create games that are gateway games, that are ones that you can put on the table with your wife or your husband who doesn't play games, or your family, or whoever it might be, your non-gaming friends, and they will enjoy this gateway game, this game that is accessible to them, and hopefully it will open the door to the bigger world of gaming. So we aren't necessarily...
Good and noble goal.
We just want to get more people to enjoy this wonderful hobby. So it's not about creating the game that you're going to spend 2.5 hours playing. This is not the game that you get together necessarily to play, but this is the game that maybe you play in between those bigger games, or it's the one you put on the table and you try to really sneakily say, hey, you should just try this. It'll only take 20 minutes. Kind of like Tsuro or something. When you put that on the table, you play that, someone's like, I actually liked that. And you're like, you might like games.
Well, I think on that note, that's a lovely mission statement really for you guys to say thank you, Cassie and Chris from Calliope Games.
Thank
I had
you.
to get that one in one more time.
Good job.
And I'm glad you guys were able to stop by.
Thank you so much for having us.
Had a good time.